What's going on, guys? Chris Cookin' Nashville here, doing a quick health vlog update for you, and we're going to talk about a year on carnivore and on YouTube. So just quickly to let you guys know, my health vlog this week, I'm feeling a little bit inflamed, a little bit sort of swollen. I think that has to do with the fact that my sleep got really messed up because we played a show on Sunday night. We played down on Broadway at Hank Jr.'s bar in Nashville, and it's one of the only places on Broadway you can play original music, actually, like on Broadway. Everything else down there is touristy, cover tune type stuff. So it was a really great show. We had a really great time, but we didn't even get on stage until about 9:15. And then by the time we got done, and we have to talk, and you have to, you know, sort of hang out for some of the next musicians, because it's very rude to play and then just leave immediately, all that kind of stuff. I basically didn't get in bed until probably midnight, 12:30. I was back up at 5 a.m. the next morning, and it just messed with my sleep schedule, because working the day job, being up early, I'm used to being in bed a lot earlier than that. So I had sort of that stress response and the cortisol and everything, and I can just feel it in my body, and I'm still trying to catch up on sleep and feel better, but it's all right. We're doing our thing. We're doing good. So I took a couple of days break from doing my jumping jacks. My knee is a little bit sore. I dislocated my right knee when I was in high school, and every now and then I get just a little bit of pain there. I also broke my left ankle back when I was not at my heaviest, but I was fairly close to it back before I had moved back to Tennessee. My left ankle has a metal rod in it. So, you know, occasionally one of those two things, or even both of them, will give me a little bit of a trouble. Honestly, on carnivore, I almost never have that anymore. It's very rare, and usually it's because maybe I landed on it the wrong way, or, you know, did something like that. So my knee's been a little bit sore. And, you know, again, with these health challenges, it's not about pushing myself to do something crazy, no matter how much it hurts, and forcing myself. It's not about that. It's about being consistent and setting achievable goals. And when I come across a situation where it's like, okay, my knee's hurting a little bit, I'm going to let that relax, because I'm not trying to make this painful. I'm trying to make this productive. And there is a significant difference. Don't make excuses for why you can't do your health challenge, whatever the thing is. You know, excuses are just a great way to completely lose yourself, you know, just end up going down a bad path. So we don't want to do that, but it's okay to give yourself a little grace if you're really struggling with something. It's okay. So real quickly, I just wanted to tell you guys, I have been on YouTube and doing my carnivore thing here on YouTube for over a year. It was actually on February 19th would have been my 1-year YouTube anniversary. And I'll be honest, I was so busy. It came and it went, and I didn't even realize that was the anniversary of my first YouTube upload for you guys here. It feels like it's been a long time that I've been doing this, and I've done a lot of videos since the first one, and it was awful. It was in my car, and it was a health vlog, and I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know if I know what I'm doing now, but I definitely didn't know what I was doing then, and it was my old phone that I had, which had a terrible camera. Just all kinds of things that have just changed so much. So I was thinking about it, and I thought, well, since I've been doing this for a year, a little over now, maybe it would be cool to tell you guys a little bit of what I've learned, the good and the bad, from being on carnivore and on YouTube simultaneously for the last year. So let's start with some of the bad things and just kind of get those out of the way. And I'm not going to focus very much on them, but just to give you some of my experience of the last year. So it doesn't matter on carnivore, and especially if you're on carnivore and on YouTube simultaneously with people watching, it does not matter how much weight you lose, how many things you've improved, how clean your diet is, how many things you change, how much you learn, how much you put out there to be better, how much love you try to show people. And none of that is going to matter in terms of stopping the negativity that comes from being on YouTube and being on the internet in general when you're trying to do something like a carnivore diet. Over the last year, I have experienced so many wonderful comments, but I have also experienced a myriad of insults and name calling, and I can't even tell you how many times I've been called fat and all of the various things. And I don't really care about any of that. I've, learned to kind of let that just roll off my shoulders, no problem. But I'm saying something about this because I want you guys to understand, if you're doing carnivore or keto, any kind of proper human diet, and especially if you're trying to put this out there, like I know a number of people have contacted me saying that they want to start a YouTube channel or that they have started a YouTube channel, and they're just putting their journey out there. You have to understand, if you get people starting to watch what you're doing, and this may just be people in your own family, even if you're not on YouTube, anyone who's paying attention to anything you're doing, you just need to know that you are going to experience pushback. You're going to experience people that only see things that they think you still aren't perfect with. That's going to happen. So if you are doing carnivore or keto or ketovore or any kind of low carb, anything, you're trying to take your health back, you're trying to do the workouts, you're trying to do whatever it is you're doing, whatever your goals are, there are people who are going to try to bring you down. And you just have to be prepared for that and know that you're doing this for yourself. And this is why your why of doing the carnivore diet or the keto diet or whatever you're doing is so important, because when you understand your why, you realize your why is not to impress other people or to prove to them you're somehow valuable. You are valuable regardless of what anyone else thinks. So just be prepared for the fact that there are people who are going to try to bring you down. And sometimes this doesn't make a lot of logical sense, right? We aren't necessarily doing this where we're going out and attacking other people. Maybe you have in your past, and if so, I hope that this is the kind of experience where maybe you can learn something from. But we're all on a journey and we're all trying to get better, and we don't always understand when people do this. But one of my favorite quotes is from The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. Bruce Wayne is talking with Alfred, and he's trying to figure out the Joker and why the Joker would be doing the things that he's doing. And Alfred says, basically, the problem is you're trying to figure out a reason why he does the things that he does, and you don't understand a man like that. And he tells this story about when he was younger, and basically the conclusion he comes to is, you know, sometimes, Mr. Wayne, you can't understand someone because some men just want to watch the world burn. And that sucks to have to realize there are people that are going to behave that way, but the internet is full of them. And so when you do this kind of stuff, whether it's in your own family or whether it's online or whatever, you are going to run across someone who, whether they mean it or not, maybe conscious, maybe it's subconscious, I don't know, but you're going to run across somebody who is going to bring you down just because they want to watch you burn. It has nothing to do with anything you're doing right or wrong. It is purely about them and the issues. So there's some stuff like that that's the bad side. And, you know, some of the extra work and the long hours and the very little money you make from it, you know, it's all of this is the stuff that can be seen sometimes as a negative of being on the internet as someone on a carnivore diet. And, you know, truthfully, being on a carnivore diet the first couple of weeks is really the most negative part of it, because sometimes you feel terrible if you're coming from a standard American diet. Other than that, there's not really a lot of negatives that I've experienced with carnivore. So let's talk about the positives over the last year. And man, the list is long, so I'm just going to tell you some of the things that have really stuck out to me. I have gotten so many messages from so many people telling me how I've inspired them, how my recipes are helping to change their life, to change their family, to help them encourage their husband or their wife or their kids or their grandkids or their friends or their neighbors or whoever to consider keto and carnivore because they've made my recipes for them. I have had so many people join my band. I've had so many people that have given me comments of encouragement in my own journey. Just the number of interactions that I have had with people in this space because of my YouTube channel and because of the things that I have done have made my journey one of so much beauty and so many great things going on. You guys have supported Ash and I through a lot of growing and a lot of really rough stuff. You know, I've talked about this before, how in 2020 we basically lost everything, including the home we were living in. You know, the rental house that we had, like, that was gone. Our jobs were gone. Music was all gone. Ash's social media got hacked. We lost her business bank account. My car ended up kind of blowing up, so we had to buy a new one. I mean, like, just the number of things that happened to us in 2020 and in 2021 just about buried us. And when I started this YouTube channel, we were starting to come back out of all of that. And you guys have supported us in regrowing a life that we lost everything. And I can't tell you how much it goes so far beyond just the diet. It's the people and the things that we've experienced here that have made our lives so much better. And that's thanks to you guys. And I really can't tell you enough how much that has meant to us and how much we love every single one of you for supporting what we do. You know, and the money that I make off of YouTube, a lot of it goes back into running the channel and the things that it takes in the kitchen, the ingredients, the gear, all of that kind of stuff. You know, but what other money that we make from this kind of stuff, it helps us just keep the bills paid so that I have the time to do this. And so we don't end up having to literally like move away from Nashville. You guys sustain our ability to be on YouTube and do this in ways that I can't even express to you, because we just can't do this without you. Like musicians, and you know, unless you become super famous, like you don't really make very much money, and you have to have other things that you supplement. And honestly, being a YouTuber is no different. You don't make a lot of money doing this until you get super successful. And you know, we make do and we do our things, but it's because of you guys that we're able to do that. My Patreon members and my YouTube members, everyone in the band, everyone sharing my videos, watching my videos all the way through to the end, watching multiple of my videos in a row, using my Amazon link, my affiliate links, any of that kind of stuff. Like, you guys are literally giving us those little nickel and dime, you know, surprises here and there that just help us keep going. And I can't thank you enough. So we've found a family and we've found a community, and we've found a purpose in helping people that I never imagined I would have, and I never could have foreseen all of this happening the way that it has. And it's just a really beautiful thing, and something I can never say thank you enough for. On top of that, I've lost 132 pounds since the beginning of my journey of finding keto and carnivore, and this particular year, about 90 of that has happened in this last year. And it's absolutely incredible to think how much my body has changed, to look at pictures. You go look at my old videos at the beginning of my channel. I apologize for the quality because I didn't have any clue how to make them better. But if you watch old videos, recipes, health vlogs from the beginning of my channel, and then you watch me today, you can see so much that's changed in my face and my neck and my body shape. Everything. I've just transformed over the last year, and so much of that is due to the encouragement you guys have given me. I just want to tell you guys that the last year has been such a joy, and I cannot wait for many more years to come of Chris Cooking Nashville. And as long as you guys are showing up, watching my videos, sharing them on social media, talking to me in the comments and telling me how much you love what I'm doing, I will keep putting out the very best and the very hardest work that I possibly can to create the most delicious keto, ketovore, and carnivore recipes on the internet for you guys. I can't thank you enough. I can't tell you how much I love you that's ever going to actually do it justice, because the words just don't exist. Thank you guys for everything you've done for making this first year of Chris Cooking Nashville so successful. I can't wait to see what the future has in store, and I can't wait to see what you and I get to do together when it comes to taking back our health and improving ourselves in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love every single one of you more than I could ever say. All my links are down below as usual. This is Chris Cooking Nashville. Eat your meat, love your life, and I'm going to see you guys in the kitchen for the next recipe.